Hello, DeKalb County. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Lisa Ward. And for those of you who do, hello, friends. It's such an honor to be asked to speak with you today. And I'm humbled to have the like-minded friendship with so many of you. You know, I have to admit, serving District 4 and the neighbors campaign across county lines with so many of you was some of the greatest moments of my political work. You know, we made millions of memories and connected so many communities by drawing neighborhoods closer together during the neighbors campaign. And I cannot thank DeKalb County enough for their commitment to the cause and the dedication so many of you gave throughout our journey, especially in the midst of a pandemic. You know, that campaign was probably the only one that was not politically paralyzed across the entire state. And I cannot thank Rick enough for allowing us to follow our gut when we suspended the Neighbors Helping Neighbors campaign and turned it into the Neighbors Calling Neighbors. When we learned that we had 165,000 plus seniors in that district that was worried sick about COVID. So many of you stepped up to the plate and you joined forces, again, crossing county lines and working with your neighbors to run errands, make phone calls, console communities, and work safely. But DeKalb County went one further, and you turned your headquarters into a sewing shop, helping us make tens of thousands of masks for hospice, hospitals, prisons, daycares, homeowners, schools, and several of you even stood on street corners with us, passing out masks at the red lights and the stoplights. We were at grocery stores, parking lots, weekend after weekend. And for that, we will always be grateful for the mask makers who stepped out of their comfort zone, and will eternally be grateful that so many of you in DeKalb County took risks in the middle of the pandemic to deliver those masks and still carry groceries to the needy and make yourselves available for the elderly. You know, I want you to know something. It did not go unnoticed, nor did it go unappreciated. In fact, it was a very big part of why I'm running for state senate. And that's why I'm here with you today. I've been asked to share my why for running and talking to you for a moment about this election cycle and why it's so important to all of us. So let's get started, shall we? As I said, I'm running to unseat a 28-year entitled incumbent that has been underserving my district for too long. As most of you know, I have been an activist for decades and known for managing campaigns from local to statewide and some even nationally. Usually it's recruiting or drafting, depending on how you want to look at it, to run for office in Alabama. And on occasion, I'm known to recruit candidates in other states as well. But for 10 years, I have been crossing county lines, helping candidates run, motivating people and getting them involved and assisting with tools and resources needed to run a campaign. And after being in the field during the last election, it was kind of a final straw for me. It was actually more than I could bear. You know, we saw too much poverty. We met homeless and addiction, unemployment, brown water, just sad stories everywhere. And we heard too many of them. We tried to help as many people as we could, but it just wasn't enough. We couldn't reach them all. And I tried hard to find somebody that could run for this seat, this particular seat, but no one would. And so conviction fell over me and I couldn't sleep and I couldn't eat and I just couldn't find any takers that was willing to take on this fight. So the fight came to me. And being someone who is so tired of being tired and tired of losing, I just basically watched the legislation let us down one time too many and decided that I would just do it myself. I mean, Mama always did say that if you want something done, you got to do it yourself, right? So I decided to hit the ground running over a year ago. And along the way, we helped about 41 candidates also commit to running for an office of some kind. But what I want to share with you today is how important it is for midterm elections. You know, we've heard for over a decade that we can't win because we're a red state. But the truth is, there's just more red people voting, so the map turns red. For 136 years, we were a Democratic state. You know, they win because Republicans want it more. It's a hard thing to say, but it's true. They fight harder. Yes, they campaign in the gray area, actually more closer to the charcoal side, but they have tunnel vision and they work year round. They've got money and they have a loyalty pledge to their party that drives them harder to the polls. We haven't wanted that as bad as yet. Not yet. And in the meantime, we work with what we have. It's better to have 5 quality, committed Democratic workers than 50 wishy-washy ones anyways. So for those of you driving the stakes into the ground because you know what is at stake, thank you. For the rest of you, considering this is helpful. If you think that it's bad now, imagine 4 more years of their majority reign. We've seen what they've done with 4 special sessions just in this last year. We need some kind of balance in government, and we won't get it as long as we are afraid and complacent. They have no message right now. That's why our airways are inundated with fear-baiting nonsense called political ads. And for those of you waiting on the state party to lead you or give you direction, there is no roadmap. The cavalry is not coming. We are on our own. So find yourself a candidate and work like it's your last election of your lifetime, because it very well may be. If we don't make traction in 22, we may not have space for 24, and we do not have the space to sit this one out. For the rest who don't think that we can win, at least make them fight for that seat. You're already paying for it with your tax dollars. Make them earn that seat. Don't just give it to them. Let's make them sweat a little bit. You know, every seat matters this time. No electoral college is going to influence it or override anyone's vote. So don't go in there pulling any levers. Color in every single circle and give these candidates a rightfully earned moment of respect for working hard for you. And above all, lose the spirit of defeatism. We all know what the odds are. So what? We are decent Democrats. Tired ones, but good ones, and we are not on defense anymore. They don't define us, and it's their values on the ballot this time, not ours. Use that and stand up. Be proud. We did nothing wrong. The damage has been done on their watch, and they need to own that. And with that being said, I'm going to let you go and get back to your fellowship, because you know me, once I get going, I can't stop, so I'm going to have to. But I want you to keep something in mind. You might not be able to vote for me in this district, but when I'm elected, I will be able to vote for you. And I've got you, my friends. I want to thank you again for allowing me to speak with you. Until we see each other again, I will see you online. And remember that numbers don't lie, people do. So I'll be looking at your numbers after the primaries to see what kind of work you've done. Y'all take care and have a great day. Bye for now.